Alrighty, I am live here on YouTube, and I'm sharing this to there so people can to Facebook so people can jump on the link and join in. Let's see who jumps in here. I'll get some people in here to ask questions, which I will answer. I have no problem. I mean, unless they're normal questions. Sorry, just taking a picture of the link so I could send it to somebody and they could check out the video. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting for people to show up. Come on, come join me. Come on, come all, but don't come on me. So I'm here, and yeah, just so let's just see what happens and who joins. I know somebody told me he wanted to come in and see me do live and ask some questions. Others are here and eat Entenmann's soft baked chocolate chip cookies. See what happens. Just checking that. No, absolutely nothing yet. But yeah. Um, Hopefully, my buddy will be here in a few minutes. He'll start asking me questions, busting chops, a little this, a little that, and what have you. So, yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but I guess I should figure that out when things happen. There's okay participants here right now, just me. All right. Reddit, Blogger, Twitter, Facebook, email. So let me see what happens. See if I could email him the link. See what he says. See what he says to that. If he says all right, then I will email him the link and he could jump on in here with me. So I'm just waiting on my buddy Boomer Turner, to jump in here so he has some questions and whatnot. See what happens as I just flip through Facebook. Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. They are the world's most fearsome fighting team, Turtle Power. Yeah. Hexpods, what the hell are hexpods? 5 minutes here, and I'm doing my thing. Waiting for Boomer to get in here. Hasn't responded back to me about that, so it was taking him so long. See what happens. See if anybody's here yet. No. Oh, 3 people. 2 other people. I know I'm not interesting, but you ask questions, I'll answer them. I don't care. So, I know I'm texting him here. See what he says. Okay, set to email him. So I have to see what his email is. So I can get him in here. So he could ask some questions and bother me. See what he says. Yeah. I know I'm weird. Trying to keep myself sane. All right. That was him. I'm going to email it to him now. To Boomer so we could get in here and I could have him ask me some questions as long as anybody else comes in. So, woohoo! All right. Oh my gosh, I almost sent it to the wrong person. I was off by one number. So, yeah, let me get this going again, see what happens. All right, send it to him. I'll let him know that it's sent. All right. Let's see. Can't wait for Boomer to get in here and ask questions. Okay, that was him saying, all right, he's getting the email. All right, so I got one person here. I'll start telling a story until I ask a question. Um, okay, so I told. Hopefully, this is my friend Boomer that's in here, so I know I told him the story before. Um, from like fifth to eighth grade, every year, somehow I had his mother as a teacher, and his family's known my family forever. And his mom always knew I was a good kid, never gave her any problems or whatnot. And she was my homeroom teacher in eighth grade. And we were going to do something, and I was grabbing something out of my desk, and I was kneeling down, pulling something out, and I dropped the book on my hand, and I didn't realize his mom was next to me. And I went, "Oh shit!" And his mother heard me, and because again, I didn't realize she was standing behind me. So, um, she wrote a note home to my mother and told her that she heard me swear in school because I dropped the book on my hand. And I said a swear word, and she just wanted to let my mom know and told her I apologized and it would never happen again. But my mom, being my mom, made me write his mom, who was my teacher, an apology note saying I was sorry and it would never happen again, even though I'd already apologized. And I did, and she's like, okay, and it never happened again and whatnot. But I mean, since about fourth grade, so from fourth to eighth grade, like 4 or 5 years, that's like the only time she had a problem with me. So that's the only time you've had a problem with me. Why are you gonna send a note home to my mom if you had trouble with me one time in like 4 or 5 years? Why? I didn't get it, but I mean I know why she did it, but I feel like she didn't need to because I never gave her any other trouble before. So it's like, wow. I mean, but I couldn't really be mad, but I just had to text Boom or something to see if that's him watching the video. And if he texts me back, then I know it is. Yeah. I mean, I was close to noon because I pop open a White Claw, um, Kroger White Claw for him, but it's only like 11, almost 11, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, three people ask questions. Until people start asking questions. Oh, okay. So I yeah, he's watching, but I'm sorry, Boomer. I didn't mean to mention you by name. It was just that. So whatnot, but I'm sorry. I apologize, Boomer. I'll do my best to stop. Um, okay, so I'll tell this other story involving your mom. I was in eighth grade, and again, she was my homeroom teacher, and a friend of mine passed away 2 years ago, Paul, and we were in the class, and she was yelling at him about something. And after she had yelled at the girls about rolling their uniform skirts up, and Paul never wore a belt on his pants. I don't know why. And at one point, Paul goes, and I'll show you this. He goes, "Oh, if the girls can roll up their uniform skirts," he goes, "I'm gonna roll up the waist on my pants," and goes like this, so you could see it like this. Sorry, you don't see my man boobs. He rolls up the waist on his pants and then pulls up the legs on his pants, which you can't see here, and starts running around the classroom, going, "Look at me, I'm a ballerina!" And starts jumping around the classroom, and and starts dancing, and I'm laughing like crazy. And again, I never gave Mrs. Turner her a any problems, and I'm sitting there laughing so hard I'm crying on like my desk. I got tears rolling down my face. I'm laughing so hard, and he's jumping around going, "Ooh, look at me!" And she's screaming at him like, "Paul, sit down, stop it!" And the more she starts screaming, the more I start laughing. And then she starts yelling at me, and he goes, "Oh, oh, 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 sweet Jesus, save me, bless us, and save us, and Mrs. O'Davis, who found on the stairs with a pot of potatoes," or whatever the heck it was she said, and goes, "Will you stop? Go outside, compose yourself, come back into the classroom. Oh, dear Lord, save me from you children. Oh, you're gonna give me a heart attack." And I try to calm down. I walk back into the classroom and lost it again. And I go, I'll be right back. And had to go back outside again because I was laughing so hard, just from him rolling his pants up to and then pulling the legs of his pants up to his knees, with his legs hanging out, jumping around, dancing, screaming, "I'm a ballerina!" And it's it was just funny. That's one funny thing that I remember from when I was in school and I was younger. And now I'm just gonna tell another story. This goes back maybe early mid 2000s, 2006, 2007. Um, like 20 years later. Um, I'm hanging out with my friend Jeremy, who I know is Sweet J, and whatever. He When he was in school, he would stay by his grandmother to help her out until she had passed away, whatever. And I whatever, I walked around the park to Forest Park on the outside to Park Lane South through one way to get to his grandmother's building. So I text him when I'm outside. He goes, "Okay, dude, I'll buzz you up. Come up and say hi to my grandma and grandpa." So I come up. I was like, "Hi, how are you?" We were talking for a few minutes. So we went out. We went out to Long Island somewhere, like, whatever. Get Chinese food. We went to Dave and Buster's. Ate there again because we were a bunch of fat bastards. And so we're coming back, and we're driving somewhere, and I don't remember where it is because you had to check something in some other stores around Long Island. So we're driving there, and of course, we got like the windows down because it was warm that day, and we're whatever, just driving, and people are walking by. And I'm looking out the window. I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna start screaming stuff." And people stop. I said, "No, nothing bad." So as people walk by, and if it's two people like walking by like next to each other like this, like side by side, I'd scream out the window at her, "Hit her in the shitter, pump her in the dumper," and he starts looking at me like, "Oh my God, what's you?" And we're just screaming stuff at people. And the best is we've actually had a couple of people yell back at us, like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you being jerks for?" And getting yelled at. And yeah, so it's like these people were like yelling and screaming back at us, and we had people in cars like all around us laughing because like they would be like behind us or whatever, and they drive by. So that's that. Yeah, and it was fun, but he was so worried we'd get each other. I get him beat up. So I guess that's it for today. 21 minutes, and till next time.